Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a big idea that shapes how countries interact and compete: economic diplomacy. Now, this is about way more than just fancy dinners and signing ceremonies. It's the real engine of global influence. So how does it actually work?
I mean, that's the billion-dollar question, right? In a world that's more connected than ever, how does a country play its cards right to get ahead? This isn't just about politics. It's about prosperity. It's about building a better future.
All right, so let's get down to it. What is economic diplomacy, really? Let's get past the photo ops and the formal handshakes and look at what's happening under the hood, the economic engine that's truly driving things.
At its core, this is what it's all about. It's not accidental, it's a deliberate, calculated game plan. It's a government using every single economic tool in its toolbox. We're talking trade, investment, foreign aid, you name it, to achieve its goals on the world stage.
Here's maybe the simplest way to wrap your head around it. If a country were a company, economic diplomacy would be its global marketing and sales department, all rolled into one. It's about convincing other nations, hey, buy our stuff, invest in our future, come visit us.
Okay, so now we get the what. Let's dig into the why. What are nations, whether they're huge or tiny, actually trying to achieve here? What does that global playbook even look like?
Well, when you boil it all down, it comes back to these key goals. Of course, you want to sell more of your own products abroad, and you want to attract that sweet foreign cash to build new businesses and create jobs. But it's also about building key partnerships, getting development aid to help you grow, and using tourism to build your global brand. At the end of the day, all these pieces work together to make a country a much stronger player in the world.
And we can break all that activity down into 4 distinct arenas. First, you've got your deal makers, the ones focused on trade and commerce. Then you have the promoters, making that come build here pitch for foreign investment. After that, you've got the negotiators, whose job is to secure vital aid and support. And finally, you have the storytellers, using tourism and culture as a kind of soft power. Each one of these dimensions requires a totally different strategy to really nail it.
Okay, theory is great, but let's take this out of the textbook and put it into the real world. We're going to zoom in on one specific country where these ideas aren't just academic, they are a matter of national survival and success. We're talking about Nepal.
So just picture this for a second. You are literally nestled between 2 of the fastest-growing economic giants on the entire planet, India and China. Oh, and by the way, you have no direct access to the sea. This unique spot on the map is, at the same time, a massive opportunity and a huge challenge.
And this quote, wow, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? For a nation with Nepal's unique geography and economic situation, mastering this sales pitch to the world is absolutely critical. We're talking about the key to growth, to jobs, and to building a stable future. It's not just a good idea, it's everything. So how is Nepal actually doing on this front? Let's be honest and take a look at the scorecard. Because look, every country has its advantages and its hurdles, and really understanding both is the absolute first step towards creating a better strategy. And this right here is the central puzzle for Nepal. On one hand, the country has incredible raw potential. I mean, a strategic location, amazing natural resources, a huge tourism draw, and a young, energetic workforce. But all of that potential is being held back by some very real weaknesses. Things like political instability that spooks investors, and a government that isn't always pulling in the same direction. So the big question is, how do you use those incredible strengths to finally overcome these stubborn challenges?
Which brings us to our final section, the path forward. Because it's not enough to just point out the problems, right? We need to look at actual solutions. How can Nepal turn all of that amazing potential into real, tangible prosperity?
So the path forward really means tackling these hurdles head-on. You can think of it like a two-front battle. Externally, Nepal has to get clever to overcome its geography and find its niche competing against its giant neighbors. And internally, it has to build a stable, reliable foundation with modern infrastructure, consistent policies, and crucially, highly skilled people to lead the charge.
So here's what a clear, actionable roadmap could look like. Step 1, create a single, powerful command center for all this, so everyone is reading from the same playbook. Step 2, make sure all the key government ministries are actually talking to each other and aligned on the same goals. Step 3 is all about the people. You've got to train your diplomats to be expert negotiators and savvy trade analysts. And finally, step 4 is about focus. Instead of trying to be everything to everyone, zero in on the sectors with the biggest bang for the buck, like tourism, hydropower, and IT. Which leaves us with this one last thought to chew on. In the world we live in today, maybe the most powerful tool a nation like Nepal has isn't its military or its political alliances. Maybe, just maybe, it's the ability to build a vibrant, attractive, and resilient economy. Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining us on The Explainer.